Tiana said she has design or style experience. I didn't get any of that from what she wore. I just thought it was tacky.
Hi, folks.
Hi.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. I'm a little...
Oh, yeah, don't shake my hand.
Whoops, you okay? I think we got to do something with this.
Sorry, guys. No. You guys okay?
You all right?
Mr. Trump literally standing there while two people tanked on those rugs is going to be something brought up in the boardroom, no question, because, you know, having a liability like that is not something any businessman wants.
Who is your best person on your team?
You know, honestly, Mr. Trump, every single one of the girls worked very hard. We were all pretty tired and pretty sweaty by the end of the day, so
Slutty?
Sweaty.
Yeah. You said sweaty. I think you said slutty.
Come and get you some chocolate. I'm talking about the ice cream, not me.
Ice cream sandwiches for $5? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I would say our least strong player
Is?
was Lisa.
Really? What do you think of that?
Interesting. I'm so glad to hear that you think I'm the weakest player on the team.
In other words, you think Lisa should be fired if you lose?
Yes. This is a sales task, and I'm basing it on the number of sales that I saw being made, though I was very focused on making sales.
So you just don't think she's very good?
No, I did not say that, sir.
Let me clear this up here. I can tell you right now, all the ideas for everything we had. Who was wearing the pink shirts? Where did the pink shirts come from? Who was wearing the headbands? Where did those come from?
Lisa, you're in deep trouble. Brandy, if you lose, do you think Lisa should be fired?
If I were the project manager and I were up against Lisa, I would suggest that she be fired.
Lisa, you're fired. I'm only kidding. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Wow.
You've heard everything.
First of all, you don't know if you lost yet.
We don't think we did.
Masha, look at you. Wow. Look at you. Now I'm just in somewhat of a crazy mood. That's okay.
I don't think it's
Look
fair.
at Masha.
I don't think it's fair what y'all are doing right now.
I don't think it's fair either.
I already knew I was going to be project manager. I don't care what anybody said. But when Wade comes back after getting drilled in the boardroom, he was extremely motivated when he said, "Guys, I really think I'd be a good project manager. I would really like to be the next project manager." It was just wimpy and weak.
Do any of you feel that maybe you're not so hot in terms of your video, or do you really like it? Oh, yeah.
Shocker.
Oh,
Shocker.
Tiana. Why shocker?
Weakest member of the team. That's
who? The what?
That's who should be fired, Mr. Trump.
The biggest member of the team?
And the weakest.
Oh, the weakest.
Wow.
Well, that's a pretty tough statement.
We had a limited amount of time, but we wanted to get to know them, make sure that they were comfortable with us, make sure we were comfortable with them.
You know what? I'm actually a shopaholic. I love shopping. So this is going to be super easy for me.
So you've got great legs, so I want to definitely, utilize them. You're welcome.
This is going to make us such better boyfriends and or future husbands or just better men altogether.
You can just, lift up your dress. Oh, not right now here, but I'm getting distracted here, all these beautiful women. I think my favorite model was Megan, Tracy, Alicia. I mean, I like them all.
I can't believe you told me about my girlfriend. What? You told me about my girlfriend.
We're both totally.
Team Octane would like to introduce you and welcome you to Rockport's Women's 2011 Spring Lineup. The theme for tonight is simple. Rockport wants you to look good longer. So let me introduce you to Jean. And Jean's going to tell you about some of the fabulous footwear we have for you. Jean?
First up, we have Andrea sporting our Louisiana bubblegum patent leather sandal. The footbed is lined with our Autoprene technology, which gives ease and comfort in the heel, cushioning the foot in a responsive and dynamic push-off.
For somebody who loves to give long, drawn-out soliloquies, I don't know what was going on. Maybe Gene was nervous. Maybe he's not a good public speaker. I don't know what to say.
Next, we have Cheryl, who's wearing a quarter strap woven in a biscotti color. The full-grain leather is durable and easy to clean, extending the product life. The breathable polyurethane, moisture-absorbent, odor-resistant cushioning helps keep the foot dry and comfortable. Next, we have Audrey.
Audrey's the name of the shoe.
Wearing our Jada quarter strap stripe in a uniform winter white.
I almost threw up when I hear Gene mixing up the names of the shoes and the names of the models. It was awful. It was like watching a horse die out there.
I felt the energy in the room, and I felt there was none. So I quickly made my exit stage left.
Christine is sporting our Katya Sanders slide in brown. Alicia is showing our bubblegum star leather mule. The fabric lining has Aegean antimicrobial. Lastly, Tracy is sporting our Louisiana sling black in an ultraviolet patent leather. The arch cookie for support and comfort makes the shoe and you look good longer.
I can tell you it wasn't even close. Wade, what was that mess all about? That was a total mess.
It was a total mess, and I was embarrassed, and I owe you an apology.
Oh, you sort of know it.
I knew this was coming. I was embarrassed, and I owe you a complete
But how do you
and I'll
pick
rock for an
Gene,
apology.
who obviously has never done this before, talking about crap that nobody wants to hear? Whose idea was this?
You know, Gene did say he had some experience in public speaking and emceeing.
Well, do you think he did?
I've got to believe a guy when he tells me that.
Well,
yeah.
but every other word was like mispronounced or.
I don't
terrible.
disagree. I
watched Brandy, who was so professional. Is that a correct statement, Catherine? I mean, she was so good. It was incredible.
She's a pro.
I'd use her right now. In fact, if I'm going to do something, I think I'm going to use her. Brandy was unbelievable.
Well, and I think throughout, my time meeting Gene has carried himself well. Gene's got a good voice.
I think he carries himself well. But he
voice.
didn't carry himself well with respect to being an MC. First of all, Gene, you walk in with this big computer. Why not take a piece of paper? See this? I have a lot of notes on this piece of paper. I put it in front of me.
Well, there was
I see what's going on. I look down everywhere. You walk in with this big clobby computer. You couldn't even see half of your body. And you start reading off a computer. And you were having a hard time reading, obviously, because every other word was mispronounced. And I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, that wasn't our plan.
And by the way, David wasn't great. But Gene was terrible. You talked about every aspect of these shoes.
Right.
The only thing you didn't talk about was how beautiful they are.
Right.
It's technologically this, it's odorless, it's every damn shoe. I don't want to hear about odorless, I want to hear that they're beautiful.
I totally agree. But at the last minute, at D-Day, I did not have the description that I wanted. So
Was Wade a terrible project manager?
No, Wade was actually a good project
manager. Oh, he did great. He picked two guys that shouldn't have been chosen. You should have picked Stewart and Anand. They're smoother guys. They would have made a nice presentation. I sure as hell don't see David doing it.
Yeah.
And frankly, in retrospect, I thought Gene he couldn't have been worse.
David and Gene said they had MC experience, and I had to rely upon that.
Don't you test him? I mean, you test him.
Gene
say, Gene, speak.
Then
Gene you say, Anand, speak. And you say, Stewart, speak. Let me ask you this question. Why didn't you pick Stewart? Why didn't you pick Anand?
Stewart and Anand work well together. Stewart and Anand are very stylish. I had confidence that they would go out and pick out a good wardrobe for the show. Gene's got a very nice voice, as you can hear and hear. I had confidence in Gene.
He's got a nice voice. I don't know if he has a nice voice. He couldn't read. He couldn't read. He's looking at his computer and he's, well, let's see. This is really great. This is the worst job I've ever seen as an MC. Catherine, let me ask you, you followed the team. What did you think?
What really struck me while I was there watching is that it sounded horrible right there and then. Why didn't anybody say, stop, we've got to rethink this? Clint, Wade, you were both there listening. What did you think?
I came out on stage and said that this is not what we need to be doing.
And what did you see wrong? Did you see Gene as the wrong guy?
Well, no, what had happened was Gene didn't have the paperwork he needed in time for the rehearsal.
How much paperwork do you need to talk about a pair of shoes, right? 90% of this task is your MC.
I understand, and he let me down and he let the team down.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have known that if you checked it? Do you think he would have been fabulous if, as an example, in a rehearsal, Clint, Do you think in a rehearsal he would have been fabulous and blown your socks off?
No, sir. He didn't even. There was no rehearsal by Gene.
Was there a rehearsal, Wade?
There was not a rehearsal.
Why? How can you not rehearse?
I checked in on Gene just about every hour on the hour. I said,
Did you check to see whether or not he could perform?
Gene, did I ask you throughout the day that
No. I don't want to hear about asking. Did you check and see whether or not he could perform?
Gene did not perform to me, no. But I can tell you this.
Excuse me. You didn't know whether or not he could perform until you saw him make a total ass of himself up on the stage.
But I felt confident in Gene.
Excuse me. You didn't know whether or not he could perform.
He told me he could, and I felt confident in Gene because I've known Gene now for several weeks, and I've heard Gene speak, and Gene is a very good speaker.
That has nothing to do with being on a stage, because he can speak well to you when you're all together someplace. Has nothing to do whatsoever with whether or not he can perform on stage.
Him rehearsing to me wouldn't have anything to do with being on stage either.
Why do you say that?
Because being on stage is different than rehearsing.
disagree. That's pressure. He's got to rehearse in front of you. You're the boss. If he didn't do well then, he's certainly not going to do well when there's more pressure.
Look, everybody's talking about my speaking ability. I'm not just a good soldier. I've spoke for a very long time and I know how to sell. The last thing I want to do is go on stage, describe their shoe with a
But
computer.
your speech
and a
was
piece
so
of
boring, and I'm talking about the content. People knew that you lost as soon as you started talking, Gene.
See the massive Clint lose weight.
Mr. Trump, it was 3 against 6. It wasn't 4 against 6.
For that victory. It was 2.5 because he has a negative -1 influence on all of us.
Clint, chill
hey,
out.
get your hand on my face, David.
Chill
I'll
out.
remove it if you want me to. You're real cautious when someone touches you.
Just hush
so
for Clint.
I will remove that hand if you ever put it in front of my face again. You understand me?
Shut up. Did you tell me to shut the You shut the Did you tell me to shut the
No, we need to shut the Is that what I said? We
Did you tell me to shut the up? Brandy, your passive aggressiveness, you were the one that said that we were going too far,
I
going too
backed
far.
you as a project
so
manager
negative.
when I shouldn't have because I told you that I would.
I've been backing you this whole time. Brandy, you said
backed
that we
me.
should.
We can have
you
this
said that
not
we
in
were going
front of
too
the
far,
boys.
and we lost because we didn't go far enough. So
We
I
lost
should have
because you're a
brought you back
terrible
in there.
director. She told the men's team in the last task how much we made in the task. So the men knew.
You told them 320.
Now, wait a minute. Did
Mr.
you say
Trump,
that?
Absolutely.
You mean before we came up?
Before we knew the boardroom.
Is that true, Moss?
That is
100%
Clint came
true.
and told me that they made $1,000.
Now, wait a minute.
and
Wait
I
a
told them
minute.
they
Is that
won.
true, Massa?
Yes.
Before I gave the result.
Clint told me too, sir.
She's lying about me. That is a lie.
I wasn't here last week, but I know it was a sales task, and you're telling me that you knew you lost and told the men before you ever entered the boardroom?
I can't believe we're bringing this stuff up.
No,
You've
we
also
need
said
to.
things-
That's the
You've
context
also-
of my
you've also
comments.
said
You
it-
altered the whole dynamic of this process by doing
It's
that.
difficult.
Mr. Trump,
That's
you
not
did it to
being a
me.
team
I
player.
didn't know that she was going
And it
to.
really isn't being a team player.
That's just the
She
whole
sat
point.
there and she knew it too.
I
And I
did
came
not.
and told you.
Poppy, where was I? I was putting my makeup on in the corner.
What would you say if Massa actually gave that number to the men?
I was floored. I mean, I was there. I was floored.
Why would you do that, Massa?
He told me we're all friends.
I don't care if you. He told you, so you told him.
He told me. Listen to her blaming you now.
That is bull.
That is a
Go in
bald-faced
there.
lie.
Go in there.
Mr. Trump, it is true that I told the men that
Why
number
would you do
after
that?
they did that.
Why would you do
It was
that?
a lapse in judgment. It was stupid.
Yeah, I'd say it's a lapse of
It
judgment.
was stupid.
A lot of other things are a lapse of judgment with you.
It was very stupid. But Clint told me too, sir.
She's looking for a scapegoat. That's
Well, of course
typical
she is. Why
monster.
would she throw me under the bus?
That's typical
Let's go nose to nose.
Support you 100%.
Absolutely.
This has to get cleared.
Massa, why would you do that?
Because he told me, I'm sorry, Mr. Trump. I shouldn't have done it. That was a mistake.
You shouldn't have done it.
Mr. Trump, the men are on their way back in.
Sit down. What's in your mind, Clint?
Mr. Trump, I wanted to come back and clear my name. I've got 3 little boys and a wife to play for here, and I am not going to be soiled by
who, Massa?
By Massa.
I never lied to you, sir, and I'm not
When
lying to you now. I'll
Massa,
tell
can
you
I
exactly
say, hey,
what
Massa,
happened.
just put your finger down and be quiet for
My
a minute,
finger's
all right?
not up.
Well, put it in your pockets, because if you point over here, I'm not going to be too happy.
Don't get so dramatic. Calm down.
Massa cannot keep her mouth shut. In the lobby at the hotel, Masa was talking about numbers. She even told me particularly.
But did she tell you the number?
Yes, sir,
I did.
she
I told you.
Did you tell them the number?
He said
Sir,
over 1,000.
Sir, let me tell you this. I knew I made $370 on the task, and I was out pedaling most of the time.
So are you saying you had no idea?
I had no idea
A
what we
total
made,
fabrication?
sir. I'm sorry?
This is a total fabrication?
I'll tell you exactly, when Masa was talking and said that out loud, I said, Masa, you really only made, and that's what you're referring to. I said, you really only made $360? And she said, yeah, how much did y'all make? And I said, well, I think we made a heck of a lot more than that.
That's not what he. I can't believe you're lying.
Hey,
let me tell Mr. Trump what happened. I'm not trying. Brandy was doing her makeup by the mirror. Brandy already told you that. Mr. Trump, can I
there.
You just said I was standing right next to you a minute ago, didn't you, sweetheart?
It's
It's all falling down.
It's not all falling down, Brandy.
I'm about as straight a shooter as you get. I try to be honest.
So what are you telling me?
I'm telling you that I never divulged the number that our team made, because we didn't know what we made, and so when I heard the number 360, I thought they were just trying to butter us up for a big slapping down in the boardroom.
It was almost a joke.
It was a joke. Stewart heard it.
Clint, I think the fact that you wanted to come back in here to clear your name and risk putting yourself back in the boardroom probably makes a pretty big statement.
I'd rather be fired tonight with clearing my name.
Are you back in Clint, David?
I do not believe Clint gave a number. We didn't know a number.
Mr. Trump?
Yes, Stewart.
I was with Clint during this entire period for the most part.
During the conversation?
No. I was in the area. I never once heard Clint give a number, give a specific, given anything.
Over 1,000.
Brandy, what do you think?
I have never raised my voice in this boardroom the way I just did. I feel very passionate about this. The lying is sort of, it just adds another element to it. But the fact of the matter is she's disloyal.
Do you think she's lying?
Yes.
I have never lied, Mr. Trump. I am not lying.
Here we
now.
go.
He said well over 1,000. Why would I lie? I am not lying.
Would you shut your mouth and stop screaming and with my name in vain? Sir, when we came in here and the number actually, I was stunned.
Masa, forgetting about who said what, it doesn't matter, okay? Wouldn't you say it's disloyal that you gave him the numbers?
The task was over. It was stupid I gave him the numbers. It wasn't disloyal.
What do you mean the task was over? The boardroom hadn't started.
Right. That's true.
Now, whether or not you're allowed to do that, that's one thing. But the loyalty to your team is pretty bad, right?
I don't think it's being disloyal to
You
my
think
team,
you made a
Mr.
mistake?
Trump. I absolutely made a mistake.
Masa, you're fired.
Thank you,
Go,
sir. Thank you, sir.
go, everybody out. That's too bad, but that's the way it goes.
Oh, here's some of our models.
Oh, our models. Hello.
We were assigned 12 models, and from those 12, we could pick 6 models.
You guys want to start wearing some of these clothes and seeing how they look?
But the actual first one through the door had the look we were looking for. I liked it. It was regal. It was youthful.
I think he's great. I think he's definitely, I mean, I just imagine pulling his hair to the side.
So do I.
Here, check him out. I like him. I mean, I don't even care who else comes in the door. He's definitely.
So you want him front page?
I want front page.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Congratulations, you're going to be on the front page.
He just made front page.
Oh, nice. David had made a decision when he saw that first model walk in the door that this was going to be the face of our advertorial.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's awesome.
David seems to have some man crush on this model because he was all over this guy from the moment he walked in.
I love your look. You are the star of my show.
David's making the claim that he picked all of the models. He picked one model in particular, and it was
5 out of
very
6
like
on it.
homoerotic what I saw.
I picked 5
it was
out of 6.
Very, very surprising, to be honest.
What does that mean?
The moment he saw this one model, who was the cover of our advertisement, David just had this ridiculous man crush on this guy and was just all goo goo gaga over this guy. It was very odd. It was very odd.
David, are you gay?
Not at all, sir.
I wasn't insinuating that. I just thought it was very
I think
odd.
you might have been insinuating, but the guy has 5 kids. I don't know.
No, not at all.
You never know, and who cares, right, David? I know guys who were married for 20 years, they left with a guy. I mean, they liked the guy, so you know. Right, David? But that's not you?
Not me, sir.
Are you sure you don't want to come out?
I am 100% sure I'm not coming out.
But Anand, you're not saying David's gay, are you?
Not that there's anything wrong with that, Mr. Trump, you know?
No.
You know?
I think it's fine.
What do I say? I mean, I'm not gay, damn it. The model was fantastic. I mean, if you look at his picture, he's the man.
David, that sounds pretty good.
You were trying it out.
I've just been given some very disturbing news. That Anand has been text messaging people, telling them to bring in money, etc., etc. Anand, is that true?
That is not true, sir. I have not been texting anybody regarding money. Absolutely
Well,
not.
you know, if you did, it's a clear violation of the rules.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You're saying you didn't do it?
I have not done that.
You want me to read you a text message? Would you like me to read a text message?
I mean, I don't know what...
Do you want me to read a text message?
Go right ahead, Mr. Trump.
It says, come to Trump Tower from 10 to 1:30 p.m. Bring at least $50 cash. Pretend like you don't know me. Need you to buy a pedicab ride from me or one of my teammates. I'm project manager, so my ass is on the line. Damn it. I'm getting close to the top. I won't have my phone with me, so just come by and pretend like we don't know each other. Pretty bad, right?
That was bad, Mr. Trump.
What happened?
Nobody came.
I don't care if they came or not.
I can assure
It's
you that
because they
much.
don't respect you, they didn't come.
Perhaps.
I'm sure it's not because they knew you were breaking the rules, and that's a real break of the rules. What do you think of that, Clint? I see you just going nuts over there. What do you think? Are you shocked at Anand?
I'm flabbergasted. I've been around Anand. I've come to respect Anand. In fact, I've seen Anand as someone who potentially could compete with me for this job.
Did anybody else know about this? Brandy?
I had no idea, sir.
Now, you're an attorney. What would you say?
Unacceptable.
Anand, why did you deny it? Why didn't you just say yes?
I want to
did?
stay here, Mr. Trump. I want to stay here and I want to fight.
I know,
till
but
the
why
very end.
did you deny it? You lied to me.
I did, Mr. Trump, and I want to be at the top. I want to win. I did send that text message, and nobody came. I mean, not that that means anything. It was wrong. It was inappropriate. I just, you know, being a project manager, you want to win. You know, I just.
Anand, I'm all about taking every advantage you can.
That's
but you
all I was
crossed
trying
the
to do.
line. Wouldn't you say you crossed the line?
Now that I'm sitting here in the boardroom facing you, I crossed the line.
This is why the country's gotten into such trouble. This is the kind of thinking that we've been witnessing on Wall Street for the last 5 years. Anand, you're fired. Go.
Thank you, Mr. Trump, for the opportunity, though, so far. Good luck, guys. First and foremost, I want to apologize to Mr. Trump. I wasn't trying to be dishonest or cheat or do anything like that. It was just a bad judgment call. If there's anything I could say to Mr. Trump face to face, it would be, I'm sorry, but I would also explain to him that I was just doing it because I really wanted to be there standing next to him at the end of this. If I could go back in time and take it all back, I would. You know, I'm just shocked at myself. I'm shocked at what happened. You know, it's a tough pill to swallow.
Samples in store now. Oh, hi. How are you?
How are you? What's going on,
Good,
Stephanie? How you doing?
I'm back at the War Room with Poppy with the graphic designer, and Don Jr. came by and asked how it was going. Yeah. He's hot. Don't put that on. Edit.
I've had an epiphany in the bathroom.
You changed the concept we talked about.
1 minute. 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute.
Ooh, masa hands.
The guns are out.
Masa is back.
I specifically told her what to do on this task, and she didn't do it. So there's nothing more I could have done unless I could have drawn her a picture, maybe in crayon.
How about that? Come back to Crystal Champagne.
It's Cristal.
I don't care what you call it. Crystal Champagne. It's awesome.
We upped your sophistication level.
I don't make any apologies for where I come from, that's for sure. I'm just a hick from the sticks.
No, shut up.
We push for the purse. Yeah. But we make them think we want the watch. And we just see if they bite. We had several things we wanted out of the negotiation. Obviously, we wanted the purse, and we wanted the time slot we wanted. We felt the later time slot was better just because you have more time to prepare. So we had a pretty crafty plan to get the women to give us exactly what we wanted. We were going to have them duped from the beginning.
Ladies, you want to talk a little bit? Are y'all ready?
All right, guys.
Just come over here and
Here
join
we go.
me. We have a couple items that we would be happy with.
We do too.
And why don't you let us know your 2 items? We'll let you know our 2 items, and we'll see if we can come to an agreement.
Let them know one.
Yeah. We're thinking the belt.
Okay. Yeah, we're thinking one of ours is the watch. What's your other one?
All right.
We're also thinking the watch.
Oh, okay. So belt and
We're
watch.
also thinking the belt.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got belt. Yeah. So.
So we're kind of on the same page.
Okay.
Well, also remember, we also have some time slot stuff that we want to talk about.
What is your preference on time?
How about you guys do that, because we did our preference for
We
this.
would like to be last to present.
So which is your number 1? Is it the belt or the watch?
I got to tell you, to be honest with you, if you would let us have first pick at the sales, we'll let you have first pick at the products.
It's your call.
Okay.
Clint and I had them in the palm of our hands. We figured out how we were going to trick them. Why they didn't pick up on what we were doing, I have no idea. Lisa, like, come on, like, you totally got duped, girl.
So I guess we're gonna take the watch.
Watch.
Right.
Okay.
And we're gonna be on air
Right.
first.
We're on air last, and you're going to be
Oh,
first.
exactly.
You guys are taking the watch.
Exactly.
All right, let's do it. We're done.
Okay, we're going to do the purse.
Men like the purse. The men got the time slot that they wanted, and they did get the product that they wanted, and even more confidence going into the task, which really was what pissed me off the most. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Got what we wanted.
And you know what? I really hold this up kind of like this. You know, when you're talking about this and dangle it like it's an earring. And you know, we consider this our bag jewelry.
Yeah. You want me to finger it?
Using, what in the world kind of word is that? Man, my kids are going to be watching this. I really need Stuart to be focusing. His age shows a lot of times, but we've got to keep pressing for our goal, and I'm not going to lose sight of the finish line. All right, when you get out there, make sure these things are set up nicely, because, you know, get everything set out right, really nice looking. Hey, can we move on to the next subject? God, I feel dirty even touching it now. What have I got myself into? Soft, comfortable, snuggly.
I have this voice of Clint, cavernous and supple and cozy and snuggly and warm and tight. I mean, he might as well have just said moist.
Brandy, you have a wonderful golf tournament.
We're excited, sir.
And you have a little bit of an advantage because
we got Lisa.
You're quite the player, aren't you?
Me?
Come here a minute, come here.
Oh my God.
Does somebody have a golf club? Give me a golf club, come here.
I haven't
Come on over
played
here.
in like 2.5 years.
That's okay, come.
I consider myself a competitive golfer. I used to play on the Kenyan women's golf team, and I was hopefully one day turning pro.
Can I take this off?
You can take the heels off if you need to.
I actually do not play that much golf anymore. I can't afford it.
Come on, Lisa, you got this.
Take a few practice swings. Oh, she does have a game.
Okay.
Whoa. Whoa. Come here. Come here. Come here. Very good. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Very nice. I'm proud of you. That's very impressive.
Well done.
Okay.
Anand's going to be there monitoring cheaters, right?
Come on. That's rough. That's rough.